be sure to head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and it helps support the show. What's up, Planeswalkers? Ferric6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Hello, everyone. Once again, this is a good old sponsored episode by Wizards of the Coast. They have gifted me several things, some of which are codes. Oh, look at that. It's another code. Congratulations to whoever's first and gets that. Today, we're playing a deck that is not technically good. But the thing is, I like Death and Taxes. I wanted to have fun. I wrote down, at some point, Boros, Death and Taxes. So, this is what I've done from that. You know what? When I was playing my games, I did realize that it might be better to play it in best of 3. Because the sideboard probably is going to be helpful in a deck that is trying to specifically control what exactly our opponents are allowed to do. But let's jump into the actual game, or the deck here. So we have 4 Tithe Takers and 4 Tocatli Honor Guards. Now, Tithe Taker is a relatively helpful card against Simic Flash, or its variants, because it's going to make your opponent's spells cost even more. Additionally, it is something that can put decent pressure upon them since it is a 2-power creature. Also, if they do get it dead at some point, then you at least have this 1/1 that they can counter. You get to attack with it in the air, and I don't believe they have too many. I know they have the Spectral Man, but being able to have something to attack in the air is very nice. Tocatli Honor Guard, also good against Simic Flash because of the fact that a lot of their cards, let's see, the Merfolk, the 2/2 Merfolk, that ETB doesn't work. The counter Frilled Mystic, that's the card. That doesn't work because it's on ETB. So she's helpful there, but also she's very helpful against elementals. So what she does is just sits there and says, no, you're not allowed to do this. Very helpful. So you're seeing the taxes. The death is kind of just playing the creatures. We're playing 4 Lava Coil, just because I think this is still probably one of the better cards, making sure we can exile something. You could theoretically go with Lightning Strike to get a bit more reach against your opponent's face, but I decided Lava Coil was probably what I wanted for the most part. We'll see if that kind of changes as we play. 3, Kinjalli Sunwing. This is a fantastic card because 1, causes your creature's opponents to enter tapped. So once again, very helpful against this Flash deck because their creatures are not going to be able to block yours. So you're never going to get caught off guard by them flashing something in. Of course, they're still going to get the potential value, unless of course you have Tocatli Honor Guard and Kinjalli Sunwing. Oh man, what if you had Tithe Taker, Kinjalli Sunwing, and the Tocatli Honor Guard? Your Flash player is going to be really annoyed. Also, 2, 3 flyer, decent. 3 Legion Warboss. Now this is pretty much just the death. There's not really any taxes here. Essentially, it's just I need to kill you fast, so I bring this. 2 Gideon Blackblades. This is the reason we like Gideon here. It's because it's a creature that is difficult to deal with, right? It's something that your opponent has to kill as a planeswalker, or they need to bounce it while it's a creature, yada yada yada, things that are important. But it also makes it so that we can make our other creatures better, right? If we have a Krenko out, or a Legion Warboss, sorry, we don't always want to attack with it, but we do want to get the Mentor trigger. So having Gideon out means that we can make it have indestructible. If we want to be racing in the air, but still have a Kinjalli Sunwing to block some of our opponent's small creatures that are like 2/2s or whatever, then we can give it Vigilance so that we can keep that. If instead we want to just race, because we think we can do that, we can just use Lifelink. So I really do love that versatility of Gideon here in this deck specifically. And if you get to a point where you can exile something, that's just good. Then, of course, we have a single main deck Blood Sun because Field of the Dead is a card. It is. So, Blood Sun. 3 Shalais. This is just fantastic at dealing with annoying things that make it so we can't do well. Late game Thought Erasures come to mind. Pretty much any targeted removal, as well as, good old-fashioned burn. Burn is just like, no thanks. I don't want that. We're not running any green to potentially use her to buff our team. In my playtesting, I haven't gotten very wide. So, 2 Rekindling Phoenix, just an annoying creature to deal with. That's kind of where the taxes of this card comes in, and it's a 4 power flyer. It's good. 2 Ixalan's Binding, removal for planeswalkers because we kind of need that. We have 1 Chandra and 2 Karns. These are kind of our card advantage engines that are in the mid curve. Chandra is nice because if for some reason she gets attacked by stuff, we can hurt our opponent. Also, if we -7 against a control opponent, not only do we have a bunch of cards, but we've dealt 7 damage. Pretty helpful. 2 Karn, Scion of Urza, pretty good card filtering. You're just getting some card advantage, and you can minus to get whatever's left. And then, of course, it can make a creature if you need to beat down. Two God-Eternal Oketras, another just really annoying creature to deal with. I think that you might see a theme here that also just benefits us from casting spells. Now, I did try and find creatures that had a lot of value that weren't actually requiring these enter the battlefield, because we do have Tocatli Honor Guard, and we want to make sure we can use that to its best advantage. So, we have God-Eternal Oketra, who cares about cast, not on resolution, not on ETB. So we're going to get those all the time, and you might be saying, how many creatures do you have? I had 21, kind of on the light side, but still, I think it's fine. We're also running 25 lands because of the fact that I was getting mana screwed a lot. But yeah, Oketra is just awesome. 3/6 double strike, pretty damn good. Two Chandra Awakened Inferno can't be countered. Like that's like why she's here. She is a fantastic card. Of course, elementals are an issue that she can't really deal with great, but she's still decent. And of course we have a Eugene, because Eugene is cool, making it so that we can make creatures that give us card advantage, or we can blow something up. This is our mana base, and I'm using the Rebecca Gay land because they're just so fucking pretty. And I feel like they make more sense in this than full arts. And of course we're running the full suite of all of the duels. I'm even running the Temple of Triumphs because, well, we don't have any one-drops, so I'm like fine having some temples. And then of course we have a single Blast Zone, a single Cryptic Caves, one Field of Ruin, and one Mobilized District. Now, I will admit that this is kind of a holdover from when the deck was running Karn the Great Creator, because he makes it so your opponents can't use their artifact abilities. Yeah, Karn wasn't, that Karn, not very helpful. It also made it so that we couldn't have a real sideboard, and I feel like a deck like this really does want a real sideboard. So theoretically, because so many of these are sacrifice, you could have had a Crucible of World in the sideboard, but it's not there because I tried to get other things. Now, I will say, it for me seems like the biggest weakness in this deck is going to be Nexus, because you don't really have a way to deal with Nexus in this. And I mean, I couldn't think of any, and I'm sure that there's probably something, but I couldn't think of any way to really deal with Nexus decks. So that's just the death part. We just have to kill them. We are running 3 Devout Decree and 3 Fries. These are the color hate cards. Now, I'm still salty about Devout Decree being just a worse Celestial Purge. Like, I understand you get to Scry, but the Scry taking away the fact that Celestial Purge can hit permanents that are black or red, and it's an instant. I just don't know why. I just don't know why they've done this. I'm pretty sure Purge is instant. I'm actually gonna like fucking pull that up in a second here. Remorseful Cleric is decent to deal with some graveyard strategies. It also beats in the air, which is why it's this over something else. Fries can't be countered. Hits things, also fun. 2 more Blood Suns, just in case we are running against this Field of the Dead deck. Now, I am assuming I'm running up against a decent amount of the Scapeshift deck. That is why I do have one in the main. 1 Deafening Clarion and 2 Settle the Wreckage against more aggressive strategies. You know, we take out some of our lower end creatures and then put in some of these. And then, of course, a single Conclave Tribunal to kind of complement our Ixalan's Binding. So that is the deck. And I haven't actually played this in Best of 3. I've only played it in Best of 1, but we'll see how Traditional Play goes with our Angry Taxes. Celestial Purge is totally an instant, right? Yeah, it's an instant. It's an instant that exiles target black or red permanent. Like, being able to scry is not at all worth removing the ability to hit enchantments, artifacts, technically lands if you turn them into a color for some reason. It just boggles my mind. And you made it sorcery speed. Like, if you took away one or the other, it'd be fine, but no. We're going second, and we have nothing but Warboss. I mean, the hand's not terrible, so I think we kind of have to keep this. Well, Scapeshift deck. He would have thought. Of course, now that I'm in Best of 3, it's going to be such that I'm just going to flood all the time and realize that Best of 1 just was fucking me with my mana, I guess. This is totally a Bant Scapeshift deck, I think. Got a Gideon. Gideon does pretty much nothing. So I probably will Warboss next turn. Adjust my microphone with my sweet new boom arm. Time Raveler. Do they play Time Raveler? Yeah, they do. What am I talking about?
Here goes nothing.
I got another Warboss. So the issue, of course, is my opponent is going to, well, until your next turn you may cast, return up to the target artifact creature enchantment. So I guess I actually want to play Gideon here. Yeah, playing Gideon here is slightly better.
Let me lead the charge into darkness.
Because Teferi can't remove my Gideon. Whereas if I play a Legion Warboss, they're just going to bounce this. I will mention that, gosh, I'm not going to, I was going to like do the drawing for the 10 pack code winners and then announce them in this video, but I realized that wouldn't give like an entire amount of time for the submissions, right? Obviously, I'd be announcing them 12 hours after, but I wouldn't be giving a sufficient amount of time. So here, I guess we do this, and let's see. So I can Ixalan's binding the Teferi. And I think I want to do that. That way they can't get any more Teferis. I'm pretty worried about a Krasis. Yeah. Another land, and they can just Scapeshift me and start the actual garbage, but...
I really should have seen that coming.
And Smork. They're probably going to block, even though they don't have to. No, they didn't. Itchy Penguin, pretty decent. But what I'm going to do is, since I'm streaming tomorrow, or today for you all, I'm going to pull them all tomorrow. And I'm still going to have a question for this video, which I will say at some point. So opponent has 3 cards in hand. That was your matter, sure. Don't get a field. Okay. It's a non-land permanent. Yeah. AKA bullshit. Let us put in a... maybe we could Karn to get Karn advantage. But I think I'm just going to Warboss. Do I also want to play Tithe Taker? I don't know. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Ooh, cool. They could block there, but I don't see a reason to. Yeah. Pretty much what I expected. Now, I could get board wiped here, which would suck, but I would still have a Gideon. And I would still have a Tithe Taker. So I'd be probably bringing in Clarion, which sounds strange, but I want something to deal with these zombies. Krasis. Krasis is annoying. But I can actually just kill that with Gideon. Shit. It has begun. So I can just blow this up with Gideon. Alright, I can just Field of Ruin it. Fuck yeah. That's why it's in the deck. Alright, so this will be 2. Give me 3 so I can also Karn. So, kill this. I think we're just going to start with this. I'm gonna blow that up. Hey, just go away. Oh, we'll go to planes because why not? Game, thank you. So I can play a Karn here, but I think I would rather just get some more Legion Warboss action. So this is creatures entering the battlefield, not lands, so I don't think she's gonna matter much. I'll play this, gonna kill that. Now I do need to protect my Gideon here. They conceded. Get fuckled. Okay. So what do we bring in? Definitely want... I mean, we definitely want the Bloodstones, obviously. But, like, what else? Sunwings are still fine because they make the creatures come in tapped. Lava Coils, I think, are pretty dead in this matchup. Chandras are fine. Eugene's still fine. I mean, really, just, like, what do we bring? Like, we can bring in Settle the Wreckage, but that, like, presupposes that we're behind, that our opponent has gotten out the army. And I don't like the idea of doing that, but at the same time, it's like, it's fine. Now, the fries, right, that's a real question. Do we bring in the fries, knowing that our opponent definitely has 3 mana Teferi, but might not have any other Teferi? And that is one thing I'm incredibly not sure of. I will say, I think in this matchup, we don't want to play like a turn 4 card that does nothing, right? And Karn can make a construct, but that's not, I don't think, the biggest thing. I think we're going to want possibly another Tribunal, and then a fry. Do we want more fries? But these cards are still fine. Yeah, I mean, I feel like all of these cards are fine. Do I want another fry? No, I don't think we do. We might see something different in game 2 that would make us want that, but I think for now we're okay. Delicious. All right, it's your pink one. What do you got? So once again, we have Field of Ruin, which is nice. The issue is, we have no red, because we drew all 3... No, we have one more. But we drew 3 out of 4 of our colorless lands. All of our other lands are fucking color. Opponent decided to keep 7. I mean, I'm pretty sure we just mulligan here. We can play Underguard. Let me know in the comments, what do you keep this hand? This is better. For sure, I definitely think this is better. And I think I just drop a mountain here. Like 2 3-drops, and I do want the ability to play this eventually. Oh, hell yeah, bud. Temple of Triumph. Get that shit out. I'm glad I played it then. I could have played it on a later turn, but I think playing it turn 1 was correct. Growth Spiral, sure. Another gate. Okay, so I have nothing to play in turn 2, unfortunately. I really wanted something to pressure my opponent, but this following turn we have Sunwing, we have Gideon. Let's see what they have here. Circuitous Roots. Oh, fuck. Oh, they're just going fast. And that scares me. I guess I will play Gideon. Guildgate. Oh, Blood Sun. Alright, well, we're playing this Blood Sun. It could be bounced by Teferi, but I think that's fine. Blast Zone, sure. I think Blood Sun makes it so that Blast Zone will enter with no counters. Oh, fuck you. Guildgate. If that were the case, then theoretically... Oh, damn. Already going to get it. Then Blast Zone would have been able to kill the zombies, but fuck. Well, maybe they mess up. Yeah, I mean, this is a turn... this is their 4th turn that they're playing this. And they're doing it for 7. So that sucks, but... You know, Kessel Vi and all that. Just, sort of thing happens. Just happens. Kinda happens. And... triggers? Note to self, bring in the board wipes. I don't have any right now. So that, I mean, it's, you know, 16 damage. Guess I can play Rekindling Phoenix. Then they play Teferi and bounce it, and I am dead. Unless I top deck specifically Settle the Wreckage. And if I just pass after they know that I've played a Rekindling Phoenix, then they know something's up. Oh, Deputy of Detention, fantastic. Alright, so I still need to draw Settle to do anything about this, but yeah, it seems like Deafening Clarion is just correct to bring in. Ow. As well as the other Settle. Nope, that is me dead. I essentially died before my 4th turn. Luckily, Scapeshift's going to rotate out pretty soon. So we'll see if just a normal version of this can still work. So let's see, I saw a Knight. I saw a Deputy. Okay, my opponent, I guess, didn't want to play another game. I mean, they still could have, like, had a situation where they just play a Scapeshift on turn 4. Oh, I take those. Gifts forgiven. Okay, like, we're entering prime arena names, I think. Goddamn, gifts forgiven. I love it. All the pun names are just so damn good. I loathe puns. Nah, I can't. Fuck you. Just fuck you. Seriously? I cannot keep this hand. I guess I'll keep 4 cards. Yay. And it's either Vamps or Aggro. Well, we'll see if the deck can hold up against Aggro. Now I'm going to draw nothing but lands. Nope, it's Vamps. Shit. Clarion, Settle the Wreckage. Yeah, I guess those still are fine. Alright, well, we can do another creature, so that's nice. So I have this Honor Guard. Now I have a decent blocker. ETBs don't do shite, which is nice, which means that if they do play a Sorin into a 5-mana 4/4, then they won't draw cards, so they recognize that, I suppose. Ooh, fantastic. The thing is... The thing is, I think they're just better. They're better targets for Lava Coil. No attacks. You just sit here to stand still for a bit. That will be Lava Coiled. And I get to play my other Tithe Taker. So I'm going to be out of cards. Goodbye. And I might as well start attacking with my Tocatli. Could attack with Tithe Taker as well. You know what? It might not be a terrible idea to trade, because they're going to get so much more value out of these than I would out of just having an additional Tithe Taker. Yeah. So that I think that was super correct of me. Do they have a dank 5-drop? Well, that's fine because of Tocatli Honor Guard. I do want to deny them any sort of value here. Now that technically, you know, you could consider that. People are just like quick to concede. Holy shit. Okay. So this is a deck with black and white. Do I bring in both? I don't know. We definitely take out Blood Sun. We definitely bring in Clarion. Do we also bring in Settle? I think we probably do. We're going second? Yes. I don't think we need Tithe Taker in this matchup. Do we just bring in all of the Fries and Devout Decrees? I'm trying to think of any of them that are just white that aren't tokens. And I can't think of anything, so I think it's just Devout Decree. Let's see. Do I want Tribunals as well? Honor Guard, I think, is good here. I don't know if Tithe Taker is, like, at all. Eugene as single target, I think, is just not great. Oketra can definitely snowball the game. Karn is in another situation where it's a bit slow. Chandra. This Chandra, I think, is probably just better than Karn here. Do I want to bring in another Tribunal? I've cut down the number of creatures by only 2, so I guess that's fine. Let's see. I will give some sort of advice. Whenever you're sideboarding, you know, keep note of how much time you have left for sideboarding, but definitely use as much time as you can to make sure you're making the deck as good against the matchup you're against as possible. And also try and predict what they might be bringing in. So all they saw from us were these, right? So I assume they're going to actually bring in a decent amount of creature removal. Is Warboss good here? Probably still fine. Yeah, I think this is okay. I may want the Tribunal, but I think it's fine how it is. Having 3 board wipes. Yeah, it should be fine. This hand is trash. Do. I will keep this, I suppose. I do have a Temple and a Cryptic Caves. Well, I'm actually probably just going to drop this Cryptic Caves here. Turn 2, nothing. I mean, I have several turns to draw it, but I will need another land. See if my opponent has another decent start. None of the Eben. Yep. Cool, I got a land, so that will die. Yep, I take those. So opponent is possibly going to play... Didn't expect that, honestly. Sure. Coil this. Next turn, play one of these tapped. Coil something else, most likely. If they Sorin here, that's gonna suck. Cool. No Sorin. No Sorin is good. So yeah, I think here I still just want to Lava Coil that. They didn't play anything, which makes me think that I was right, and that they brought in like creature removal. I do have a binding just in case something annoying comes up. Like a Sanctum Seeker. That can get bound, whatever. We are drawing a little bit, but that is why I had these Temple of Triumphs, right? Knowing that I kind of need to make sure I hit my land drops, you know, kind of pushes me to play 25 cards, or 25 lands, but having the ability to just play carte blanche, this number of... how big is this vampire? Oh, sure. All four of these is very helpful, considering I've just drawn so many lands in a row. Are you serious? So I'll play this, and my opponent's probably going to have some sort of removal here. Yeah. Makes sense. And I really need to, you know, not draw more lands. This is gonna hurt. Ow. Yeah, I mean, I lost. Yeah, I mean, when you keep a 3-card hand, oh yeah, I'm fucked. So the reason I consider that, right, is it'd be 4, 9, then 10, 11, right? Even if I had Settle the Wreckage, I would have died from Sanctum Seeker just attacking me. Maybe I should just have 24 lands. Is there anything I wanted to bring in? I mean, I guess I could bring in the Tribunal. I mean, it's between Tribunal and Tithe Taker. I'm gonna bring in the Tithe Taker and just try and smork my opponent a little bit. You know, smork him across the face. Smork him back and forth. So the question to win packs, once again, it'll be 10 packs chosen randomly from the answers. I'll play first. Good hand. Decent hand. I'm not gonna call it good. Opponent hand to mull. Opponent had to mull. Opponent had to mull. It's so nice because like I can actually like my desk can be moved, and obviously you're still gonna hear like. But before it was like loud. Like I can actually like move my microphone without it just going directly into my fucking thing. I don't have plans on getting a cage. Sure. But just the arm is awesome. Well, it's not an instant. Why though? Like why? Also, my question. What is... Shut up. I know that I paused. Shut up. I guess maybe I should have said that for Sorin. Nah, fuck that. We're just gonna start smorking with Sharon's or Phoenixes and Shalais and shit. Sorin? Nope, night. Nighty night, motherfucker. I'm gonna block this all day long. All day long, all day. All day long. Fucking got 'ems. We'll go and do one of these, I suppose. And I could smork, but if I do that and then this gets killed, then this gets bigger, and I don't want to deal with that nonsense, so I'll just pass the turn for now. Okay, for real this time. The question that you'll be responding to to win a pack is what is the deck type, the deck archetype that you've played the most. So for example, yikes. Do I play another Phoenix? Do I play a Shalai? I'll play Shalai. For example, mine is pretty easily Death and Taxes. And now, what I mean by that is the framework of playing creatures that have abilities that make it so your opponent has to play a certain way. You gonna attack? No. Sure, Cryptic Caves is nice. So now I can actually Sunwing plus Honor Guard. But I think I would rather just Phoenix. Yeah, I think just Phoenix is better. Just Monica. I know the memes. I'm hip. I'm down with the sickness, as the kids say. Cool, Vanguard. I don't care. Oh, to make it bigger. I was like, what? But I understand. Yep, so it's a little bit larger. And, well, opponent. I'm going to go ahead and smork you a little bit in the air. And this will kill everything but the Vanguard. I shouldn't have attacked. Well, no, because, no, it's fine. Because I'm going to have fucking token bastards anyway. So we're going to Chandra, and we're going to -3. I guess we could +2.
Ever see a volcano erupt in person?
No, fuck it. I'm going to sack one of my Phoenixes. I'm going to chump block the Adonto Vanguard. Like, my opponent is going to go down to 5 here if they decide to save the Vanguard. The Knight will die because the Legion Lieutenant is giving it some of that toughness. Legion Lieutenant will die. The Knight will have 3 damage marked on it, and I won. We take those. I had to mulligan several times. I'm taking a win on a mulligan several times. But yeah, mine is Death and Taxes. And the reason I say that is because I have a modern version of Death and Taxes. I technically have a legacy version. I'm just missing a couple lands. Cough, cough, Wasteland. Cough, cough. Why am I sad? Why can I? Krakus, thank you. Cough, cough, for Schadenports. Right. I'm missing those things. Technically, I have a vintage Death and Taxes deck, which is, if you're playing, gosh, what is it called? I think it's like 5 proxy or 7 proxy, I don't remember. But if you're playing blank proxy vintage, which is what a decent number of stores play, just for like random events, then I actually, like, my vintage deck is better or cheaper than my legacy deck because it's different, because it's playing around the vintage metagame. So it's technically called Thalia Parfait. It's a Null Rod aggro deck, however, like, we have new versions of Null Rod and et cetera, et cetera. And then every time I get a chance, I try to make it in standard. And of course I have my mono white 8.5 tails Death and Taxes EDH deck. So Death and Taxes is definitely the form of deck that I play most often, probably followed by Zombie Tribal. And this is a very nebulous question, I know, but you can kind of answer it however you think makes sense to you. If you end up playing Super Friends very often, or if you end up playing a certain style of control, you could, for example, say I play blue-black based control, where, you know, one season you'll be playing Esper, one season you'll be playing Grixis, maybe another time you'll be playing freaking Sultai control, right? So stuff like that. So let me know in them comments, and we're going to open some packs here. What did I say? So today is Monday for me. Then on stream Tuesday. And Wednesday. You know what? Fuck that. We're just going to open Dominaria. I know how things work. It's fine. Needed to pad out my Dominaria cards anyway. So yes, if I will be announcing tomorrow on stream the winners from the YouTube thing, but I will also be announcing that in the following video. So Tuesday, so it'd be Wednesday's video. Yes, Wednesday's video. I will be announcing the winners from Monday's. From Monday's question, which is today for me, which is why it's so fucking confusing. Oh, goodness me. Well, once again, I really like Death and Taxes, as you can probably see, and frankly, you know, no, I'm not surprised it did better, because Best of 1, I think this deck just is not great, but in Best of 3, when you can kind of sculpt what you're playing, and since you know a little bit more about what your opponent is playing in those second and third games, it means that you can change how you play a little bit more, change what hands you keep. Potentially the deck could go down to 24 lands and probably be fine, but it's fine. Yeah, I hope to see you. I hope to see you. Fucking Russell Peters. At my Twitch stream. I'd stream 1 p.m. US time. I don't know if we're CDT or CST right now because I fucking hate daily savings, whatever. I just say GMT -5 because that, in my opinion, is the easiest way for me to think of time. So GMT -5, starting at 1, usually going to about 4, but I've been going to like 5. But 1 to 4 is going to be when I'm streaming Magic. I'll probably be playing something else for the last hour, but definitely hope you all show up. It's a fun time. You get to see me play horribly, and you get to play against me, and that I think is what is the most fun. Is usually I'll play by myself for like the first hour, because I'm still waiting on people to get in and stuff like that. And then like from the second hour until I plan on stopping, I just play viewer games because that's the most fun. You get to see a bunch of different decks, and then I play decks, and I can even play decks based on your power level. If you're like, hey, I'm kind of new, I really only have an intro deck, I will play something of a similar power level, or just play like copy paste an intro deck, right? So I really hope to see you all there. And I would of course like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Rexel, Zin, and Fergod, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the channel, you'll find links to that down in the description below, or you just press that join button, become one of those channel members today. If you are interested in other information about the channel or me, you can go to the description and also find links to my Discord server, where we chat and play games, as well as my Aether account, where I host all of my deck lists, including this one. You'll also find links to my Twitch, my Instagram, yada yada yada. Look, if you like pictures of flowers, go to my Instagram. It's like all I post. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment to the comment section down below, pass the turn and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one. Also, once again, this is sponsored by Wizard of the Coast.